Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Live with Brinkofspeed and Octane Hour. I'm here tonight with Darren.
Just us two.
Neighbor Mark could not join us tonight. He actually had his wife's birthday, so
good excuse.
Hopefully they're having a good time out there at dinner. But tonight we're going to talk about the new 2024 C8 E-Ray production start date with important info inside. And actually, that's supposed to say 2024, not 2023.
Good point.
I'll have to change that later. But, yeah, that's supposed to say 2024. Anyway, I hope everybody is doing great tonight. It looks like we have lots of people on. So let's go ahead and say hello to everybody.
Eric goes in here, and you were just talking. You were telling me how great his car's looking at Trevor's, in Trevor's hands.
Yeah, Trevor from the Detail Lab is doing Eric O's paint correction, and I think he's getting PPF and ceramic or underdog.
And it's a black car, which is a very hard car to correct.
Oh, yeah. But we know what Trevor is capable of.
Oh, yeah, we've seen it on Corvette Rob's.
Yeah, and so it's going to look like mirrors when we're done, or when he's done. But Donnie News in here, Greg White, Davey Jones, Paul Lamonaco, Everjeff, Tony's in here, Ronald Jackson, Caleb.
General Lee. All the normal offenders.
Gary Glock, John Somerville, James Grimm, Bruno.
Black Rose Z06. Do we know that name?
Black Rose Z06. Yeah.
Do we?
Uh-huh.
Which I was just thinking today, I saw a picture of a Black Rose. I think Corvette World had one for sale. I was looking on there. I love that Black Rose color.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I wish they would bring that back.
Yeah.
That's such a great color.
Yeah, it's a beautiful color, especially in the light. The sunlight, it's just crazy. Kerry Glock is on. Great White North, Vulcan Construction. We have some new faces on here, though, too. I think.
Look at General Lee giving a shout out to Underdog. He actually
nice.
He braved it and did his interior.
Yeah.
You should tell everyone it's not hard to do, is it?
Yeah,
it's easy.
Yeah,
it's super easy. You'll find yourself doing your other vehicles, the interior. It just works great. It's super easy.
R30 or R23 HTC just joined. So let's go to my desktop and real briefly go over a couple of things. You guys have been awesome lately with Super Chats. I always forget to show you the Venmo, so I'll show you that tonight. But just let me give you the big benefit to both of us for Super Chats and Super Stickers and Venmo. Mainly Super Chats and Super Stickers, though. When you chat in there, it brings it up to the surface. It puts it in a bright red, orange, yellow, whatever color it is, and lets us see your comment. And so that helps you get your comment read, but it also benefits us because it supports the Brinkofspeed community and helps us out big time. And then, the Venmo doesn't do that, but we see the Venmo, and then we'll answer whatever question you have. But on the brinkofspeed.com, we still have some merchandise left. It is all 20% off. So if you have not gotten a really cool BOS shirt or a Come and Take It shirt or one of the cool key tags, feel free to go on there and get your 20% off. And if you want to join the BOS support team, I'm wearing the shirt tonight. Feel free to pick up one of those packages. You can ask everybody on here who has received those packages from us. They are first class and very nice.
And it gets you into all our future giveaways.
That's right.
So when we announce our next giveaway, probably next week, for all those that are supporters, they're already automatically entered. So they're at a huge advantage. But
yep. So it's good stuff.
Stephen Rapp joined us as well.
Yeah, Everjeff says the metal sign is great. Everybody that has gotten this said they absolutely love the metal sign. It's really heavy. In fact, Larry Anthony, he called me up right away and said, man.
This is it.
Yeah. This thing is hefty. Welcome, Larry Anthony. He just joined us. But yeah, it's a really cool thing. That also benefits you guys because you get a bunch of swag and a bunch of benefits, and then it really benefits us because it helps us be able to bring really cool content to you.
And we're about ready to do our first kind of members-only private chat here in the near future. We got to pin down a date for that.
Exactly. Yep. So should be a good thing.
So I don't want to get sidetracked from your agenda.
Go for it.
So Steven Rapp's in here. I know he's asked a lot of questions on the all-season tires for the Z06. So I recently was looking at Tire Rack, just looking at tires. It seems like Michelin, believe it or not, they had some all-season choices, I believe, on the 325, 25, 21s, which is what we're running. And they also had run flats, which for the rear that they didn't have in the past. So it seems like they're catching on that more and more people are using these tire sizes. And with the Z06, they're releasing those tires. So I think you're going to be in luck real soon.
And with the release of the E-Ray, which we'll talk about when that's going to be, those are going to come standard with the all seasons.
Yeah. And they have to be available in September or October. I don't know what the cat out of the bag. We haven't said the date yet, but when it's available at the dealership, I mean, God forbid you get a blowout in your tire and you have to get a replacement. So they have to have them available when the car's released. So,
so Stephen Rapp is already happy.
Yeah.
Thank you for the super chat, Steven. He says, hey, guys, need an idea on how to get all-season tires for my Z06.
Well, I think two ways is maybe a local dealership, as soon as the E-Ray comes out, should have access to them. Another way is I think there's going to be a lot of people that buy the E-Ray that will probably want the summer tires, or guys like me that switch out their tires pretty quick to aftermarket wheels. I probably will do maybe a little bit different sizing, a little bit wider. So I'll have tires. If they come with all-season, I would probably be selling those. So I think you'll be in luck pretty quick as soon as the car comes out.
No, I agree. Thank you for the super chat there, Steven. You're always great at usually being the first one to do that.
Have we seen his Z06 yet?
We have.
What color is it?
It's the pearl white 70th.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Dang it.
Yeah. He got a 70th. So, so let's go to, speaking of pearl white 70ths, look at what I have here.
So I guess there is some hope. I just got to, get my entry on this one. I haven't won the other ones, but maybe this one's the one.
Guys, this thing is blowing up. It's up to $823,000 in donations to the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame Museum. Again, get your tickets. You get bonus tickets for being a Brinkofspeed watcher. The link is in the description below, but this thing is gorgeous. It's a 70th anniversary Z06, plus you get $25,000 for taxes or whatever you want to use that for. And I mean, look at that thing. That's
what I wanted.
It's a Z07 too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's freaking amazing. So yeah, check that out. It is going to be, someone's going to be a really lucky winner that wins that thing. All right, Vulcan Construction says, got my Z06 yesterday. Congratulations. That is awesome.
You'll have to send us a picture. Tell us the
send us some
specs
pictures.
and see the color and everything. Curious.
Yep. We'd love to see it, for sure. I forgot to put this up. Let me put that up real quick. So if you guys are wanting to Venmo, I have the ability here. You just hold this up against the hold your phone up against the screen, and it'll automatically send you to the Venmo. So,
question for Vulcan Construction, since he did get a Z06. If you can put in the chat, tell us what was the history behind how you got the car. Did you get on a list and wait, and what was the process? In the end, was it everything as planned? Was there any shenanigans with price? Tell us what your experience was and how that all worked out for you.
Yeah, we'd love to know that, for sure. Okay, my last two videos. For those of you who love Camaro content, I did a Camaro video of my last 2,000 miles after 3 months of owning the Camaro. I'm going to interrupt myself because Eric O put up a super chat. Thank you very much. He says, Trevor at the Detail Lab and the guys at New Image Auto Detailing are killing it on my Grand Sport. It's looking absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and for those that don't know in the Dallas area, so Trevor has his own shop, the Detail Lab in Frisco, where he does all his paint correction and coating. And then 1 or 2 days a week, he works with his friend Cody at New Image Detailing, and they do all the PPF. So he helps him out with that, and then obviously does the coating on it. But this past weekend at Cars and Coffee, Jose was there with his brand new Z06. And
that had been done.
I was blown away on the quality of their wrap, and I was convinced, like my next Z06 coming up, I'm taking it there. Because
you're talking about the quality of the PPF.
The quality of their install.
That's right. Because of the stripes and everything?
Because of the stripes. And I even asked him, did they go over your stripes? I said, no, actually, I asked him, I said, did they take the stripes off and put new ones over it? He said, no, it's right there. I'm like, what? I mean, it was perfect. And all his seams are perfectly tucked. When he lifts the hood, you don't even know that it's wrapped. I mean, I was blown away. I mean,
and Trevor says Cody is the best in the business, hands down.
I would agree with that. I mean, I'm not just saying this. In the DFW, he's the best that I've seen. And don't take our word. Take Jose. He's on here. See one of the cars that they've done. They do a lot of really high-end cars. I think they have a Porsche 918 in there right now.
Oh, they do $1 million cars.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean,
absolutely.
No, they're incredible. Their workmanship. I mean, it's second to none for sure.
Yep. So yeah, back to the last two videos. So yeah, if you're into Camaros, you probably are going to enjoy the 3-month, 2,000-mile video I did. There's a couple of things that I had complaints about, but they're nothing major. The car has been absolutely amazing, and yeah, you should watch it. As far as the second video, the split window Zoras that were spotted, who knows if they truly were split window Zoras, but that's what the consensus was off of those pictures. You should definitely check that out if you haven't seen it. Give me your feedback on what you think, but the rumor is right now that they are going to bring the split window back.
This is how rumors get started.
I know. Well, actually, that's been going around for a couple of years.
I know. There's an article in 2019.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But there's a lot of valid reasons to say yes, 100%, because they need to make the ZR1 or the Zora or whatever. It needs to be different. It has to be different.
So check this out. Something came to my mind, and I'm going to give you guys a little bit of insight. I may be making a video about this at some point, but something popped into my head when I was looking at that rear spine, thinking, how could they make the Zora crazy good? Well, think of the rear spine on an STO. They could be doing that with the Zora.
With the scoop type thing, you mean?
Well, there's a thin... let me look one up so I can show you what I'm talking about, because they could be doing the same thing, just not putting that on it, because that would be way too obvious. Driving around a mule with this super high thing sticking up. But yeah, I mean, there's always been a rumor that there could be a hood scoop, but I've never heard rumor of this, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. STO.
So Vulcan Construction, is he kind of close to us? Is he east of here? Where's he located? Do you know?
Is he in the DFW?
I thought he was
in Texas, I mean?
He bought his car in Florida. Maybe he's in Florida, but his car sounds pretty awesome. It's
the
car I want. Pearl white, anniversary, Z06, Z07, exposed carbon fiber comp seats. I mean, you basically couldn't build any better than that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's my build if I could have done it before the cutoff.
So where? Oh, here we go.
Oh, he's in Jacksonville. Okay, cool.
Nice. So it's hard to see on this picture, but you can see it. You can see it. Gosh, why is that so sensitive? See what I mean? See that center part?
Yeah. Is there any images you can do of the rear?
Yeah, probably.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe I haven't found one that's better of the rear showing that spine. But yeah, I'm telling you, that's...
You know what? Click on
what
that,
popped.
and there'll probably be extra photos in there.
That's what popped. Oh, I just saw a good one.
Did you?
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Right there.
Oh, yeah.
See that?
Yeah.
See? I'm going to show this to everybody. Let me pull it up. Let me get off of this. Cookies, whatever. But I don't know. It just struck me all of a sudden. And I was like, maybe this is what they're doing.
No, I could definitely see them doing something like that. There's reasons why they would do that.
Desktop here so you guys can see this. And tell me what you guys think about this. You can kind of see it in this picture. Oh, good. I can zoom in on that. See that? Let me go over to the next side. See where the gray is? See where the gray is right there?
Mm-hmm.
And then it meets the scoop.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a better view of it from the top down. But they could be doing something like this on the Zora. And right now, they're just making it something small, because if you put this on the current Mule, it would pull that black stuff way up. And then people would be like, whoa, that's probably an engine scoop or whatever. And
But
obviously,
also,
they don't
it'd
want
be a
to.
tell sign it's the ZR1 too.
Good.
I mean, people would know if they start doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
So just a thought.
I've always said too that there's a good chance they would do the scoop in the back like that. I think it would look really cool.
Yeah.
But then in theory, it would only be a coupe only car. But if it's a track only car, kind of makes sense why you do that anyways.
Right.
For weight reasons, and maybe that's the way it'll be.
But they could also make it in a convertible and just not have that option. I mean, they have the
True.
600 LT coupe.
True.
With the hood scoop and then the 600 LT convertible.
True.
So I don't know. But it'd be really cool if they would do something like that. That along with the front hood having the big, intake scoop would be pretty neat.
Stephen Rapp trying to convince me to buy his 70th for an E-Ray, which I don't think that's a good trade for you.
Yeah.
But maybe, though, because where he lives and he's concerned about weather and driving in it. I don't know.
Steven, if you're selling that for MSRP, I'm in. I'll buy it.
My situation
Anyway.
for you, Stephen, to know, I was told by my dealer I'm the next up, so allocations are over, but allocations will open again in July, hopefully, as far as what we know. So I should get one of the first 2024 allocations. So I'll put my build in July.
So before we get to the main subject, there were some more prototypes testing in Colorado. And what did we say a couple weeks ago? That in June, there was going to be quite a few sightings of the ZR1 prototypes. And that's what's happening, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, we are getting on a weekly basis now, sometimes even sooner, new sightings of the ZR1 out with Z06s. That Zora video that I did, it surely looked like it was out with a E-Ray, because it had the quad, the side exhaust, not the quad middle. So check this out. This is on the Mid-Engine Corvette forum. There's actually a pretty neat video right here you can click on and watch. So definitely check that out. It's pretty neat. It's making me excited, even though it's probably a year away. It's still making me get excited that there's a whole new C8 model that's coming out. So pretty awesome.
Yeah, we know it's going to have 100+ more horsepower than the highest horsepower. The most horsepower of all time in the Corvette.
Well, it might have. Oh yeah, because 755 in the ZR1, right? Yeah. It's going to
be a monster.
Yeah, it's going to be ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the main topic, because we do have quite a bit to talk about in this all by itself. There's where I was looking. Okay. So as I stated, the 2024 E-Ray has a new production start date. People were guessing the beginning of September, but they didn't know any official dates. One of my sources reached out to me yesterday and said that it has been slated for September 4th, which is a Monday. So they will start doing the actual customer car productions of the E-Ray starting September 4th at the plant. And you will be able to order the car July 27th. I actually reached out to a couple other sources just to make sure that I was thinking correctly about the order dates, and they clarified that you will be able to order all 2024 models on the 27th of July.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so you'll be able to order your Z06.
Right. And did he told you something about numbers they were telling him to expect.
Yeah. So the other source was telling me that for the very beginning production numbers of the E-Ray, before they really get ramped up and running, really, really good on the production line, they're slating about 110 a week to do, so 440 a month, which it seems kind of low, but that's just the first probably month or so, and then they probably will be able to get those numbers up.
Yeah, but that's 3 cars going down the production line.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what they're able to do. As we talked about last week, we hope that they're able to do over 50,000. Actually, one of the sources that I talked to today was saying that Harlan Charles, he reiterated it. He said Harlan Charles thinks they will be able to beat 1979 53,000. So if they're able to do that, I think we're going to get a lot of E-Rays, and it's going to be great. So,
well, we were just talking before the show started. I showed you that email that I had from McMulkin. They're saying right now you call them from the time you put your deposit right now with them until you get your car. They're telling people 3 months, 3.5 months.
Awesome.
So, shout out to McMulkin. If you guys want to get a car, give them a call.
Yeah, I mean, that's huge. Sioka obviously has not announced that, and I don't know what they're doing. But McMulkin's not playing games. They're doing real good business, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, they're the number 1 dealer now.
Yeah, they are the number 1. By the way, if you have not smashed the thumbs up button, please do so. It really helps YouTube know that you're enjoying this content and helps the channel out. All right, so number 2, when will they start 2024 production in, wait, am I reading that right? When will they start 2024? Okay, so basically, well,
I think what you were trying to say is before the date, it was the fall, but they never narrowed it down. Now It sounds like the 3rd, or we say the 4th?
The 4th, yeah.
All models start on the 4th.
Yeah, so what I was trying to get to next was what are the 2024 delivery dates going to be?
Right.
So the delivery dates, according to Harlan Charles, again, he actually is on the CorvetteBlogger.com here making a statement, or Corvette Bloggers reiterating his statement. But I'm going to pull that up because, again, they're talking about the Forza game. I didn't know that this Forza game was going to have so much significance towards the E-Ray. But it is the star of the game. And so Harlan Charles actually made the statement that the game comes out October 10th, and that's when the first customer E-Rays will start being delivered is October 10th. So pretty cool news. I think that's pretty fast.
Oh, yeah.
From September 4th, production start to October 10th. Now, keep in mind, these are all brand new cars, so they're going to have to go through the typical QC process that all brand new production cars go through. So that could be pushed out. Don't get mad at GM if they do push it out, because that has happened a lot. Where they say a production or a delivery date, and then they're like, well, we're holding them in QC because we just want to make sure that there are no issues when we get them out to the customer. So that could be pushed all the way to maybe the end of April or October if they decide to keep them like another couple weeks, in QC. But still, like I said, it is exciting. I'm excited about it. I don't know about you.
I'm ecstatic.
Yeah.
No, it's super cool. It's another option for people to consider.
So who on here has an early allocation for an E-Ray and is going to place their order right on the 27th of July? I'd like to know that.
And also, what are people hearing from dealers if you're either on a list or not on a list? What are they telling you they're going to charge over sticker?
Yeah.
Or are they saying?
Elijah Ray just joined.
Oh, hey.
Awesome. Welcome. I think Chevy dropped the ball on Z06. Two things, not having all seasons and not installing high-temp brake fluid. Well, they do have .4 in there, but it's not high-temp .4.
Is that on both brakes, both ceramic and the regular brakes?
Yeah, they started installing .4 on all C7s mid-2019. So
I wonder if Jesse switched his out.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, I would think he would have now, but I wonder at the very beginning if he did. Probably not. Like when he was here the first time,
I think he did. I think he said he put Motul 600 in there.
Before he was driving it here.
I know, but he went to a shop.
Really?
I'm almost positive. He went to a shop before he came to the track, yeah.
Huh.
Yep. He might not have, but I think he did. Larry Anthony says he's number 1 or number 2 on Rydell. Nice. That's awesome. Vulcan, still waiting for mine. Oh, okay, never mind. That's... yes, I am, Andrew. I am on a few lists, and I know I'm number 3 on one list. The other list, I actually don't even know what number I'm at yet. I need to give the guy a call and actually find out. So yeah, I am on a couple of lists. I'm mid 600 at McMulcom, Dave C.
Yeah, that might take a while, but maybe.
That's actually not a bad number at McMulcom, probably.
No, considering they've sold, 150, 160?
That could be 1 year.
It could be.
Yeah.
If not, you'd be early second year.
Yeah. Paul Lemon says he's number 15 at McMulcom.
Yeah, that's good. You're getting one quick.
Yeah, you're getting one real fast. John Somerville says he's number 4 on the E-Ray list at a small Minnesota dealership. Nice. Stephen Rapp says, so Mike, is your next car an E-Ray? As far as I know, that's the plan. Just had a friend of mine, a Mercedes dealer, sell a 2021 3LT with 9K miles on it for $89K. I looked at the service sheet and it had lifters replaced. Oh, wow, yeah. That doesn't surprise me. That lifter issue wouldn't just go away with the C8. You know, it's the V4 mode that causes that. And actually, for those of you who don't know, my C7 Z06 had that lifter issue. They had to replace my whole engine. And the mechanic that replaced my engine actually told me that he has so many trucks with the 6.2 liter in it that he has to replace the lifters on because of the V4 mode.
Yep. Actually, that happened to a neighbor of mine in his Suburban.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's horrible.
That is just, I mean, it's stupid. It's really, really stupid that they put that in cars. I'm glad the Z06 doesn't have it. I would be willing to bet the E-Ray's not going to have it, but maybe it will. I don't know.
It will.
Yeah.
It probably will.
For some reason, I thought I heard it didn't, but maybe it does. Anyway. Yeah, so that doesn't surprise me at all. What is Stephen Rapp saying about selling the tires?
Whoever gets the E-Ray first.
Sell me your tires.
Hey, if I get one early in the fall, I'd consider doing that. I might even drive to Colorado and drop them off for you.
Well, he doesn't live in Colorado.
Well, he has a house there. I think that's where he's at now.
Okay.
Are you going to be in Colorado in October?
Oh, Matrix 2020 Matrix C8 or 8 is number 3 at Rick Hendrick. That's
really good. Yeah.
Yep. Will Sioka start an E-Ray list? You know what? I don't know. I'm sure as soon as...
I don't think they're going to do it. They had such a train wreck the previous thing.
Yeah, I really don't know.
It.
I can't answer that question.
Paul Lemons asked, can we get a 70th anniversary in 2024? I want to be a smart you-know-what and say that would be a 71th anniversary. No, you can't. 2024, you cannot get a 70th anniversary. You get a 71th anniversary.
That's right. Vulcan Construction is number 1 for the E-Ray. Nice. They have delivered 3 06s so far.
Yeah, you'll be getting one pretty early.
Real fast.
We'd be happy to take your Z06 off your hands.
Let's see. 71 works. Yeah, exactly. What are we giving away tonight? I guess a shirt.
I think we do a shirt, and just whoever wins, tell us the size, and we'll figure out something.
Yeah, that works.
We've got kind of various different ones.
Yep. We got a good question for you guys, too. So we'll get to that in about 10, 15 minutes. So let's just open it up now to some Q&A. We don't usually get done with our main subject this quickly. So I'd like to hear from you guys. Hey, thanks for the super chat, Andrew. He says, starting price for E-Rays, what color are you going for, Mike? And show support and smash that thumbs up button. Thank you so much. And also show support to my buddy, Andrew, Simple Cooking Made Simple. If you haven't joined his YouTube channel, just go to that real quick. Click that subscribe button and enjoy his cooking. Starting price for E-Rays is $102.9, or is it 104? 104.9. Yeah. 104.9. I'm between 2 colors. Should I tell them or should I make them?
No, it needs to be a secret.
Okay.
We talked about it at barbecue tonight.
Yeah.
I think that's why we're moving a little slow. I feel like.
Yeah, I'm stuffed to the rafters because our favorite barbecue restaurant just opened up a new one 5 minutes from his house. The one by my house is about 20 minutes. So
it's top 10 Texas barbecue.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. And if you guys live here and you know about Hutchins Barbecue is phenomenal. Plus, once you get done eating the barbecue, they have free dessert. And by free dessert, I mean amazing dessert. Banana pudding, peach cobbler, and ice cream. So it's ridiculous. Andrew, if you haven't been there yet, you need to go and check out their banana pudding and peach cobbler.
And Greg Lee, when you come this Thanksgiving, that's where we're going to go.
Oh, yeah. Are you coming this Thanksgiving again?
You got to have a reason to come. Come here and we'll go.
That was really fun last time. You should come. Okay, let's see what kind of questions we have coming in. Or if we even have any. Where's Mark tonight? He is with his wife for her birthday. Jose Z says, and this is Zapata, Mike, Darren, I forgot to say thanks. Received my BOS package last weekend. You're very welcome. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for your support. Let's see. Give away the keys to Darren's truck. That's what Elijah Ray just said. Lance Smith, Auto Nouveau in Holliston, Massachusetts. They are the best. Must be where he bought his Stingray from. Liza Prasad says, yo, Mike, talk about Le Mans. Well, the C8R took the overall at Le Mans. That's awesome. Congratulations to that whole Corvette team. Honestly, this is going to sound embarrassing, but I didn't even get to watch any of it. It sucks. I used to be faithful and watch all the Le Mans, the Daytona. I used to watch a lot of racing, F1, NASCAR. I used to watch a lot of SPCA. Is that it?
SCCA.
SCCA.
Right.
I'm talking about animals.
Right.
SCCA with, and my favorite driver was Randy Popst. So, yeah, I used to watch a ton of racing, but I just don't really have the time to watch it that much anymore.
Ronald Jackson saw the cacti in person. He's actually saying he liked it. Of course, Y Envy is going to trigger some people in here, too. He's saying he's going to get cacti.
Oh, that's fine. He can get cacti.
No, I know. People think it's horrible, but I mean, you got to give it a fair shot. Most people haven't seen it. The people that have seen it, like Ronald Jackson, are saying it looks much better in person. Looks great in person. What they're saying.
Yeah. Steven, what are you saying? Tell us. Yeah. He always wants to know my colors. And you know who else does? Scott T. He doesn't like it when I keep secrets.
Well, you don't officially know, so.
Yeah, I really don't. I don't know which color yet. I was telling Darren I was actually building some E-Rays today. As you guys know, I like to get on that builder and just build and build and build until I find one that I'm just like, I can't do without this color or this combination. The actual builder is not. I say builder. I use the design site.
The virtualizer.
Yeah.
But you can access it through the GM site. It takes you there.
Oh, yeah. But you can't do the build and price.
No.
Yeah. The build and price should be out sometime this month, though. I think it's towards the end of this month.
No, I think they said middle of July.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I think, in fact, I wrote it down. I think it's July 18th.
Okay, my bad.
Which actually, think about it. It's almost the middle of June. That's like, you're right.
It's a month away.
I know. I keep thinking it's not even June, but you're right.
Riptide Blue or Accelerate Yellow. I will say I am in love with Riptide Blue. I will give you that hint.
We both agree that's a great color.
Yeah.
Seawolf Gray is a great color.
Yep.
Carbon fiber or carbon flash is a great color, especially after see Jose's in the sun at Corvette World.
Yeah, absolutely.
He had it all cleaned up, all coated up.
Andrew says he bets his cobbler is better. Actually, yours is better. I've had Andrew's peach cobbler. You probably will remember this, Andrew, but back in 2014 when we finished up Good Sam doing all the roofs out there, you made 1 pan of peach cobbler and 2 pans of apple cobbler, and I was so mad that you made 2 pans of apple and not 2 pans of peach because your peach cobbler was ridiculous. So yes, I have had it, and it's phenomenal.
Did you answer Eric Roseberry?
No, I just saw that.
Yeah.
Eric Roseberry, thank you for the super chat. He says you think there will be 2 models of Zora E-Ray. 2 models of Zora and E-Ray. I guess he's trying to say and E-Ray. 2 models.
Well, they'll be coupe convertible if that's the
Coupe
question for E-Ray. Zora, maybe not.
I would love to see them do this, but I don't think they're going to ever do it, which sucks. We wanted them to do it with the Z06, which was give us a super light version of the Z06 that's a track only. But you know what would be really cool is if they either came out with that for the ZR1 or Zora, and we got a super light version of one of those cars to buy. Maybe they'll do it with Zora. Who knows? But I hope that answers your question. I don't think there will be any other type of model with the E-Ray, though.
Well, the E-Ray will have 2 different versions, they're saying. But it's very subtle. It's...
Oh, you're talking about the Zerv?
Yeah.
That's not really a different version.
It's a more aggressive rear spoiler. And
just the tire.
The tires.
Yeah,
but at least that's all we know. I mean...
Yeah, that's it. I mean...
I don't think there's...
Harlan Charles actually said...
That's it.
That's it. Yeah. So that's all that they did. Let's see...
Isaac Jackson, if you have a question, put it in there. Hey, just and also Jose, what did Jose say?
Yep. Isaac Jackson, just like he said, if you have a question, let us know. Jose said, Mike, what are you doing with the Camaro as far as decals or wrap? I don't know yet. I may just leave it white. I mean, I love it as is. And if I leave it white, then it's going to be getting some stuff done to it, obviously. It needs actually some paint correction for sure. I
think even if you did like the similar little thin red stripe like you did on that would look good. You could do something subtle.
Yeah. I mean, it does have wheels on the way.
Which I don't even know what they look like.
No, he doesn't. I need some of this cobbler. Trevor, let's go to Hutchins. Actually,
he knows Hutchins. I'm sure he's been there 100 times by his house.
He's probably talking about Andrew's cobbler.
Right.
Yeah. Let's see what the Island Eric says. Mike, I almost bought a C8 Corvette, but decided against it and bought a rental property last year. So happy I did now. I have an appreciating asset that pays me. I will soon have money to buy the C8. That was a good decision.
Yeah.
Very good decision. It's probably what I should be buying, is houses instead of cars.
So Isaac Jackson, he's got a question.
Oh, Neighbor Mark is on. Thank you for the super chat, Neighbor Mark, and welcome. Hopefully your birthday dinner with your wife went well. Tell her we said happy birthday, and glad you're on here.
So Isaac Jackson's question, since he did a super chat, let's make sure we get him. He said, any more word on Paragon lowering collar issue reported by Carlos? So I think that's kind of been dragged through the mud a little bit, and a little bit, even Carlos said, he's not correlating the two together. He's not saying his collars, he's saying because he had an issue, which also Scott had an issue on his too.
Scott T?
Yeah, before he even lowered it. Oh. The car was brand new.
He had a lift issue? Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't know that.
So I think what Carlos was saying was he had the issue, but because he had modified his suspension, it likely would not be warranted. I don't think he was saying that the collars caused his issue.
Yeah. I haven't gotten an answer from anyone yet as to how the collars would cause that issue.
I mean, look, that's one person we've heard of. Let's see more data. I mean, we have friends. Our friend Rob has taken his to Dakota, driven it hard. Other people have. I'm not worried, and I have the collars. And you know what?
And I have the
collars. I'll pay the price if it does, because I like how my car's lowered, and I don't even want my car if it's not lowered. So
right, yeah.
It's the price of modifying your car. I mean,
yeah.
There's some dealers that if you modify your exhaust, they won't touch your car.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it seems pretty crazy that the collar would cause a problem. And it specifically stated in that GM bulletin that it was a collar issue that they wouldn't cover. But they didn't say anything about springs.
Well, there's one guy, and I screenshot it. He talked about how it's installed. There's a banjo on there that if it's not properly reinstalled, you should use a new one. That can cause problems.
Oh.
So it could go back to improperly installed.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely could.
The reason I'm not that worried, if this was a really big problem, we'd be hearing about this from,
oh, yeah.
Just
tons of people.
Think about how many people we know that have collars on their car. I know 50 plus people in the DFW area. I mean,
yeah.
And haven't heard of anyone having any issues.
Except for Carlos.
Yeah.
But here's another thing about Carlos. He does put a lot of miles on his car. He daily drives that car. That is his only car.
Yeah.
So I think he's got 30,000 miles on it.
He's got more than that. Yeah, he's got like 35,000.
Yeah. He's got a lot of miles on it. So, and it raises and lowers a lot daily driving it.
So it could be coincidence.
So who knows?
Who knows? But
that's a good question, though. I mean, that was a good question to ask.
But I mean, look, it just goes back to everything. If that makes you uncomfortable, then don't do it.
Right.
I mean, anytime you modify your car, it doesn't matter what you're doing. You know, whether it even be tinting the windows. Some people are paranoid about doing that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, look at Mark. He won't tint his windows.
He won't.
He won't even coat his car.
I don't get it.
But look, it all goes back to your comfort level, what you're comfortable doing. So, you know.
Yeah. Luke Walsh says Corvette Racing had best single lap times the last few years, but Lady Luck was only on our side last weekend. Yeah, I mean, racing is not easy. You have to have a lot of things on your side to win. You could have the best car and the best driver and still not win easily because of other things, wrecks, blown out tires, running out of gas. You know, there's so many things out there that can stop you from winning even if you have the best driver and the best car. So, let's see. Any more questions, guys? Why no tint? Texas summers are brutal. Exactly. I don't know how, I mean, I should restate this. When Mark does get his car out of the garage, I don't know how he drives it in the summer without tinted windows, because I was just telling my wife Sunday, I had my C8 out, and I said, this is the first car I've ever had a tinted windshield.
Front windshield, yeah.
On. And it's not just tinted a little, it's tinted a lot. It's 55%. And it reduces the heat a ton.
Yeah.
I said, I can't even imagine how I dealt with, number one, 25% tint on the side windows and no tint on the front. Now I have 20% on the sides.
And 55.
And 55 on the front. And I never had tint on the back of Captain America at all. And now I have 20% on the back of this car.
Right.
So I don't know how I dealt with it, but
the front windshield, it's a game changer. And I just, on my new truck, that's the first time I did 55% because I had seen yours, and it doesn't really appear that dark. It's not dark. And there's no issues driving at night.
No.
I mean, I drive mine early in the morning every day. In the dark, it's fine.
Yeah.
Especially because it's got a good tint. It's got the Expel ceramic tint. There's no glares. There's no nothing. But even if you don't want to do 55%, if you do, I think it's 72 or 73, it's some random number, which I've previously done on all my other vehicles. You can't even tell it's tinted, but you get that heat reduction benefit, and it's huge. If you live in any state where you get, consistent 90 plus degree days, you want to tint that front windshield, even if you do like a 75% tint. It's just so different.
Yeah.
Because when it is hot, you get in your car, it's hot. You turn the AC on, it cools down so much quicker, and it stays cool.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Any other questions, guys? I guess we could ask them a question now. I'm going to change something real quick, though, before I ask them a question. See if this will allow me to do this. I think it will, because this is bugging me. That's supposed to say 2024. See if it works. All right. Let's ask the question of the night to win a Brinkofspeed shirt. Are you guys ready? I was going to show a desktop. I'm not going to show the desktop. All right. Here we go. In what year was the Corvette only available with an automatic transmission? Obviously, we're excluding C8 in this category. It's C7 and below. What year was the Corvette only available with an automatic transmission? Good gosh. John, is 55, John Somerville just super chatted. Thank you. Is 55 legal on the front? It is not. Neither is 20% on the sides. But I did it anyway.
Yeah, if you're concerned about that, depending on where you live, which I know you live down in Houston, get the 75% tint. You won't, if you didn't tell someone your window was tinted and you have 75% on the front windshield, honestly, you can't tell. I mean, it's so subtle. We're
going to stop the, and I got to ask Andrew a question. Andrew, you are the winner again.
It feels like he cheated somehow. Like he put that in so quick.
It was instant. How in the world did you just guess that? Or were you ready on your phone and typed it in and it came up very quickly? Please tell us how in the world you knew 1982 was the right year and you were instantly in the comments putting it in. You're the first comment on my phone.
He was guessing.
Holy cow. Well, good work.
Yeah.
He won key tags a couple weeks ago, and now he's won a shirt.
Maybe you should go hand deliver it to him so you can get some peach cobbler that he's promising.
I'm going to.
You should, seriously.
I'm going to. I'm going to have him cook for me, too. He makes some amazing whatever. I'm going to have him cook one of his recipes that he's put online. He said, give it to the next person. No, it's yours, man. You won. Fair and square. Plus, you need a BOS shirt to wear. So it's all yours. But a lot of people did say 1982. So good work, everyone, especially if you knew that and you didn't have to look that up, because I didn't even know the answer. I had to look it up. So that's good work. But yeah, what other questions do you guys have? And again, thank you to everyone for all the super chats. That means the world to us. I'm going to check and see if there's any Venmos, just because
I want to ask.
They sometimes pop up and I don't see them. So.
Andrew, Great White North Corvette. What's your situation with getting the Z06 or E-Ray? I know that was something you had on your radar, but whatever happened to that? Is that still in the works, or what's the story there?
Yeah, we'd love to know. Oops.
What are you trying to find?
I'm looking at something.
Someone mentioned about cops and tent. It really just depends where you live. I've lived in places where they are not cool about tent, and they would use that as a reason if they pulled you over.
He put it in before the question was even asked. I mean, that was smart. Yeah, and going off of what he just said with cops for window tint, it's funny because I actually asked Joel at the window tint, that Executive Tint Design that did my window tint. I said, I mean, do you guys have problems with people getting pulled over with you guys tinting their windows like this? And he's like, actually, we don't. And actually, it's kind of funny because the people that come in here that want the darkest tint are cops. And they're not bringing their cop cars in here. They're bringing their off-duty, everyday driver cars and saying, I want 15, 20% on the whole car. Not on the front windshield, but, on the rest.
Yeah, I think we've done, because the numbers are kind of weird on the Expel tint. It's like 22% or 23. And then, they can argue, you put a meter up to it, it's actually 25 or 20. I don't know, but call it mid-20s.
Right.
That's dark, but it's not blacked out. If you start getting into that 15%, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that either.
No.
Because then it's basically, you can't see the person. And then maybe you have a different experience.
Right.
But if you're in like the mid-20s, again, here in Texas where we live, I have not had any issues.
Yeah, knock on wood. I haven't either. And I hope that I don't, because I love it with that dark tint. Both the Camaro and the Corvette have the exact same tint on them, and it's amazing. I don't even need sunglasses.
That's what I'm saying. I'm sold on the 55 being in Texas because, like I said, I did it on my truck, and I'm super happy that I went that extra shade darker because I had been reluctant to do that in the past. But
yeah, and Gearhead Jeff said he's talking about the front license plates. I've been stubborn about that since I was 25 years old.
Here in Texas, I've never done it. In other states, I have had issues. Again, when I lived in California, if they pulled you over, they were getting you on everything. I no joke, in the city of San Francisco, I got pulled over in my Jeep. They said I was on my cell phone, which I wasn't. And he agreed that I wasn't. But then he went down the line of, well, you can't have your windows that dark. Ticket. You don't have a front license plate. Ticket. Oh, and these tires that stick out. Ticket.
Oh, yeah. Well, Colorado.
But they call them fix-it tickets, so.
I kept getting pulled over for front license plate, and the cop kept giving me a $25 fine. And I told the last cop, I said, I'm just going to keep paying the $25.
Is that all it was in Colorado? You just pay the fine?
Yeah.
So the joke is, and Elijah Ray, who's on there, because he knows this. I had friends that were cops. They would just sign off on your fix-it ticket. They didn't care.
Oh, I'm sure.
It was a joke. I proudly had probably 8 to 10 fix-it tickets.
Yeah, I mean, I just refuse to put a front plate on a beautiful car. It just makes it look stupid, in my opinion. Just makes it look terrible. So, even though they've made, especially with the C8, a really nice, like, indented spot for the front license plate, I'm still out. I just don't want it on there. And I've never had a problem.
If anyone, you know what? This says a lot. Neighbor Mark doesn't even have a front license plate.
That's true.
And he lives by the book.
That's true. You have to drive your car to be able to get pulled over by cops.
True.
So if it's if you have a garage queen, you don't need a license plate on the back. He's going to kill me next time we get together. Let's see. New York, worst for front license plate. Thank God I'm a police surgeon or I'd be broke from tickets. Joey B, so you take care of the cops. That's good work.
Yeah, in New York, they do things differently there. They give out he can probably tell you, they give you out like a card. It's like the buddy system. You show this card that you get from certain people and it gets you out of anything. He probably has one.
It's like the mafia.
It is.
It's like, I have a good friend who lived in Chicago, the south side of Chicago back in the 70s. And his best friend's dad ran Chicago. He was the boss. And this particular friend of mine said he would get ticket after ticket after ticket after ticket, and he would just take them all to that guy
and just go away.
Give them to him, and they would just all go away. He sped everywhere because he'd get pulled over, take the ticket, take it to that person. That person would get rid of it immediately.
Yeah, Joey B just commented. He said he has a collection of cards. No, seriously, it's like you show that card, and they're like, all right.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
I knew a couple of cops in Colorado Springs, and they were both gym rats. And so they both told me, if I ever pull you over.
The other one, Elijah Ray knows this in California. Actually, maybe Larry Anthony does too. What is it? That 9/11 Foundation plate that you have to buy it. It's like $9,000 or $10,000. And anyone there that has high-end cars, they always have that plate. And you're like, why do they have that?
In New York?
No, this is in California.
Oh, okay.
That's your ticket out of anything too. Elijah Ray can comment on that.
Doesn't concealed carry kind of give you a out on some things?
It helps in Texas. It's helped me.
Probably not in California.
No, California, you'd be
well, go to
jail.
You probably can't even get it concealed in New York.
No,
I don't know.
They don't allow guns there.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You have to use your fist.
All right, well, if you guys have any more questions, we got a few minutes left. Mark put his forget about it New York accent statement in there.
Eric O says, don't come to Wichita Falls. Because you know why? Because everyone's driving through there to get out of here to go to Colorado and New Mexico. So, yeah, they're hammering people there. Amarillo's the same way.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Places
like that.
Clayton, same thing.
I've gotten a pretty bad ticket in Amarillo for no reason.
They are starting concealed in New York.
Oh, really?
Good. Well, I knew that some judges had ruled that you were going to be allowed to have concealed there, but I know that the local government was throwing a big fit. But
California's the same way, actually. There are areas you can get it, but there's other areas they're starting to do it.
It's good. It's excellent. All right. Well, again, if you haven't smashed the thumbs up button, please do so. Thank you to everyone who joined tonight, and also thank you for all of the super chats. Those are always amazing. We love it. And as you see, we read your comments just like that when they pop up. If you're new on the channel and you have not joined us, please do us a favor and smash that red subscribe button and bell for notifications when new videos are uploaded. I hope each and every one of you have a wonderful rest of your night, and we'll see you guys next week on Octane Hour.